Hi, good morning and welcome to this webinar, Getting Started with Mobile Ticketing, Vouchers and Loyalty, brought to you by Tex Local. I'm Andy Hemming and I look after the business development team, and I'll be joined this morning by my colleague Matt. Good morning, Matt.
Morning.
Now today's webinar focuses on Messenger's most recent addition to its rich tapestry of functionality, ticketing. So in addition to Messenger's more recent developments, attachments, surveys and data capture forms, Messenger can now provide you the ability to produce and distribute a mobile ticket, voucher or loyalty card via SMS. So why did we launch and develop ticketing, vouchers and loyalty? Well, here at Tex Local, we've been delivering business mobile messaging innovation for nearly a decade now, and following a request from a leading environmental charity to develop a paperless barcode entrance ticket for a showcase event in London, ticketing was born. With the explosion over the past 15 years of retail-related loyalty cards and schemes, I don't know about you, but the competition for my wallet space is truly ferocious. I have over 9 cards in my wallet: Shell Driver's Card, Latasca, Nando's, Crew Clothing and Oyster, just to name a small selection. So as a business owner or marketeer, wouldn't it be amazing if you could instantly create a voucher, ticket or loyalty card, personalise it, then deliver it by text, with 97.5% being opened within seconds. You can then track it via Messenger's reporting tool and then redeem it with Messenger's mobile app. So if you're now looking to send a simple one-off ticket for an event and redeem it on the move with Messenger mobile app, send your customers a 20% off voucher or coupon, or inspire loyalty with a virtual mobile loyalty card, all stored on your mobile phone in Passbook, Matt will show you how. And as you'll see, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. So with some audience participation, I'm just going to hand it over to you, Matt, and talk the guys through the system.
Well, morning everybody. So we're going to have a look through our new vouchers, tickets and loyalty functionality this morning. So within Messenger, you'll see between mobile page and surveys, you have a new option for ticketing. We're going to go to our new ticket page. So you've got your two options first of all. So you have a single-use ticket or voucher, so ideal for sort of 5 or 10% off or traditional entry to a venue sort of ticket. And then you've got a loyalty type card as well. So for example, buying 5 copies, get you 6 on free. Scan X number of times to get Y action at the end. So first of all, we'll have a look at a single-use voucher. So we're going to select that option, give it a name. You can also set an expiry date on there as well if you're just running an offer over a set period. So the second part in the process is to decide how the ticket will be delivered. So you've got two options. One is to distribute the ticket to a contact group of numbers that you've already got stored, or the second option is to ask your customers to text in and then receive a ticket back by texting into one of your event systems. So for the first example, we'll have a look at creating option 1, which is sending a ticket directly to your customers. Okay, so we're going to select the contact group. This is just populated with today's attendees for the webinar. Okay, so here we now start to format the ticket codes. So it's a case of deciding whether you're going to use numbers or letters. And then you can see by altering the code length that you can affect the amount of permutations and variations of the code that you can include. You can prefix and suffix the codes as well. So for example, maybe with a reference to the brand or the business name. Okay, so the next step is to decide where that information is going to be stored. So obviously in this instance we're sending a ticket directly to a contact group. So we're going to decide where the unique ticket number is going to be stored. So we'll pop this one into custom 3. For those of you familiar with Messenger, you'll know you have 3 custom fields in which to store unique customer information. And over on the right hand side, if it's an existing contact group, then you're given the option to overwrite any existing data. So just be mindful, if you're using all 3 custom fields for that contact group, that the unique ticket code will overwrite one of those data fields. Okay, so the ticket itself is delivered via an SMS message via the form of a shortened link. The link will take them through to a mobile optimized landing page, which you can see here. And then from the mobile landing page, that's where you can add the Passbook or Passwallet. So in terms of designing the mobile landing page, you'll see at the top you've got your download options. So it's whether you include a link for Passbook, a QR code, or a barcode. At a very base level, you can send your customers just the unique code, so it's ideal if your customer base is predominantly not on smartphones, they can still make use of this functionality. For your more smartphone-based audience, you can add in a QR code, the Passbook functionality, and a traditional barcode as well. The mobile page can be changed, branded with business names, company colours, logos, and such as well. And there's room for text on there with additional information for your customers, so potentially details on how it can be redeemed, when it's valid till, what the ticket gives them, and so on. You'll see here as well, you've got the option, as with a lot of the functionality in Messenger, to insert the merge fields from your contact groups, and also to include attachments as well. So for example, somebody receiving a personalised ticket, named to them by first name, and also being able to include an attachment within the ticket. So for argument's sake, from a restaurateur's perspective, sending out a ticket offering people 10% off dinner bookings, they could also include a link through to their menu to give people an idea as to what they want to come in and book for. Once you're happy with your mobile landing page, we'll click Continue. And this is where you can start to build up what the Passbook template will look like. So those of you on Apple devices will be familiar with Passbook. It's a place or an application on your phone to store tickets and vouchers that are sent to you via businesses. And you've got Passwallet as an alternative on Android. So we're going to choose to edit a Passbook template. And again, this will be stored directly into Passbook on the phone. So this is where you can really start to personalise and brand the experience. So as per some of the other functionality in Messenger, you can change background colours, text colours, and your label colours. You can then start to include images and logos that have been uploaded into your attachment tool. And then you can also include, again, any further information insofar as where does the customer need to go, where is the ticket valid, when is it valid till, and so on. You can also include further information for your customer on the back of the ticket, which they can view within Passbook. Give the Passbook template a quick name, and then we click Continue. We click Back to Ticket. So this takes us away from the Passbook editor and back to the ticket editor, and you can see at the top, we're nearly at the final stage of ticket creation. Okay, so this is where we start to add in your additional notifications or rules and rewards for the ticket. So for example, when the customer is sent the ticket and they choose to redeem it, at that point what actions take place? So for the customer, do they receive a text thanking them for their continued support of the business, advising them that they're now entitled to their reward? The business owner, what form does the notification take that the ticket has been redeemed? Does it call to a URL and update the database? Does it maybe send an email through, or more traditionally send a text? So by clicking Add Additional Notification, you can edit the display message at the top. So this is the message that will come up once the ticket is redeemed. So for example, if you've got your staff redeeming tickets as your customers come back in, it could have, for example, once they redeem, give this customer 10% off their order, for argument's sake. You can see there as well, you can set up your various actions, so either sending an SMS, which would just generally use 1 credit for up to 160 characters, sending an email which is free, or dropping a notification to a URL to update potentially the CRM system that the customer's ticket has been redeemed. So we click Continue. So now we're going to send this out to the group. So we're on the send screen now. Our contact group, populated with everybody attending the webinar, has been selected, and our ticket code has been inputted into the message field. Brilliant. So in the next 3 to 5 seconds, you should all receive a text through from Text Local, including your single-use ticket. So that is a fairly sort of good example of a single-use ticket. Now we mentioned at the beginning as well that you can look to create multiple-use vouchers as well. So inspiring loyalty within your customer base, or potentially setting sort of spend targets for your customers to work to in order to get a reward. We've set one of these up on one of our inbound services. So just to have a little further audience participation, if I could ask you all to text the word ticket into 60777. So it's T-I-C-K-E-T, ticket, to 60777. And then again, shortly thereafter, in 3 to 5 seconds, you should receive back a multiple use ticket. So as you can see there, it works exactly the same as the ticket and voucher option for single use, except it can be redeemed multiple times. Okay, so we'll just talk a little bit now about redemption. So obviously you've created either a single use ticket, which you can send out to a contact group or ask people to text in to receive. And likewise, you've got the multiple use voucher as well. Again, either sending directly to your customers to reward them or asking them to text into an inbound service to receive that functionality. Once the ticket has been sent to the customer, like I say, they could receive that in the form of just a plain text, including the unique code. They could receive it via the mobile landing page and then have the functionality to add it to Passbook or Pass Wallet. From that point on, when they came in and presented the ticket to you, there's a couple of different ways that you can look to redeem the ticket. So first of all is quite simply through Messenger. You see on the ticketing option here, we have the option for redeem ticket. You quite simply type in the unique ticket code and click validate. This will update within Messenger that that ticket has been redeemed, and also any actions that you've set up within the ticket rules will be carried out as well. Outside of that, as Andy mentioned at the start, you can also redeem tickets using the Text Local app. So the app's now been updated to include a QR scanner. So simply open up the Text Local app, select to redeem a ticket, and then click QR scanner. You can then literally scan the code directly off your customer's phone, and again, any validation actions will be carried out at the same time. A third, more sort of integrated solution is for us to look at integrating the ticket system with your existing EPOS system. So rather than having to have it as a standalone product, it can be linked with any existing EPOS systems that you might have to enable it to link up with any other customer records that you might hold. And that is more or less our ticketing system. So as you've seen, we've covered off a single-use ticket, a multiple-use ticket. We've had a look at some of the redeeming functions as well. There's comprehensive reporting included within the ticketing tool as well. So within the reporting tool, you're able to get statistics on whether the ticket has been redeemed or not, what date and time it was redeemed, and so on. So I'll hand back to Andy now, see if you've had any questions put to us throughout the webinar.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. It was very interesting, great insight. I had a number of questions that have come in during the webinar, so impossible to go through them all, but I will try and get through as many as I can. Matt, the first question that's come through, what if the recipient doesn't have a smartphone?
Yeah, it's absolutely fine. Like I say, you can still make use of the ticketing system. So I'll just show you on the send screen really quickly. The first option, an example we went through today, was sending a ticket directly to a contact group rather than asking people to text in. So you'll see on the add attachments and links function, there's two options for ticketing. So you can include a ticketing link, which will divert your customer through to the mobile landing page and give them the option to add to Passbook if they're on a smart or a feature phone or an internet-enabled device. By including just quite simply the ticket code, you can quite simply just include the unique code per customer. So it'll be delivered out to the handset via a plain text, and that can be presented, and like I said, redeemed via Messenger or the app.
And that's great. And do I have to use the Passbook option?
You don't have to, no, not by any stretch. Like I say, Passbook is specific to Apple devices. Pass Wallet is available on Android. I think there are a couple of other Android alternatives as well. But you wouldn't necessarily have to use that. People could obviously, like I say, just use the unique code that could be sent to them in a plain text. They could present the mobile landing page, which could be sent to them via a link within a text. Or you've got the option to include Passbook. I'd say it's worth including. You're going to hit a wider audience. It gives people further functionality. And past that, long after the text has been deleted or forgotten about, that ticket functionality is still there and one easy place for them to refer back to, particularly for multiple use offers.
Okay. This next question seems quite a recurring one. Can we connect it with our existing EPOS system?
Yeah, definitely. We alluded to it slightly there towards the end, but our tech team have got a sort of EPOS integration API that's been developed. So if you've got a view to look at integrating ticketing with an existing EPOS system, then by all means get in touch with us. We can look to integrate the two, more so that it's not a standalone solution, but so that it updates any customer records that you might have, just providing you with any information you might need, such as how often they've redeemed, how often they've made use of the voucher, their total spend, and so on.
Okay. Is there a limit to how many unique codes I can generate?
There is a limit to a point, but it's literally up into the multi-billions. So I can't sort of think of a scenario where you might need more than that, but it's literally up into the multi-hundreds of billions.
Okay. Just a couple of questions on the reporting now, Matt. I know you did cover it off at the end. I think perhaps somebody may have missed it. Can you just clarify where we can find the reports on the ticketing system?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not within the usual reporting tool within Messenger. It's actually within tickets. So if you go to your list of tickets, you'll see over on the right-hand side, we're going to have fairly limited reporting stats in these because the tickets have just gone out. We've obviously not redeemed any of them just yet, but by clicking on the little graph representation on the side, it brings you over to the reporting tools. You can set the date range in which you want to look at. You can also search for results in there, either by number or by code. You can also, obviously, as per the other reporting functionality within Messenger, you can export this to Excel as well. If you've done a multiple use voucher, over on the right-hand side, it will give you a scan count for multiple use vouchers as well. So if you sent it out to a group of 10 customers, for argument's sake, you'll be able to see at which stage in the redemption process they're up to, whether they've had one of 6 scans, for argument's sake.
Smashing. And can I get information sent to me about tickets that are redeemed in real time, or have I got to keep going into the reports each time?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just when you create the ticket, you define at that point what alerts you want. So it could be that you'll receive emails, it could be that you'll receive a text to advise you certain customers have redeemed. It could even be that you'd have it posting to a URL just so your database is updated with a redemption, so you can keep abreast of it in whatever way you see fit.
Smashing. And then finally, I think more importantly, is do we know what the costs are, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. So currently the whole ticketing system is completely free to use until the end of August, I believe. So you can create and design as many tickets as you wish. You can send them and you can redeem them at no cost as well. On an ongoing basis from the end of August, it's going to be a similar sort of pricing structure to our survey tool. So there's 2 pricing structures going forward. You've got a pay-as-you-go option where there's no monthly fee, no contracts, no tie-ins. You'd use 2 SMS credits for every ticket that you send out. Of course, there's no limit to the amount you can design and create. 2 SMS credits to push out each voucher or ticket you send, and then 0.2 credits are redeemed for each redemption of a ticket. On the pay-as-you-go option, there's a powered by textlocal.com strapline across the bottom of each ticket as well. The second pricing option is more of a contracted option. So as per the other functionalities within Messenger, when we say contracted, it's minimum sort of month at a time, month on month, pay-as-you-go. So it'd be a £25 fee per month. Obviously, as per, again, the other sort of functionalities in Messenger, by buying it for 6 or 12 months out, we can discount that accordingly. But worst case scenario, £25 a month, and then on that basis, again, it's completely free to design and create as many tickets as you wish. On that pricing structure, then you'd only use 1 credit per ticket or voucher that you send through. There's no redemption cost, and the strapline has been removed as well. So then it's a completely bespoke and personalised service for your business.
That's great, thanks, Matt. There are a number of other questions. I'm just conscious of the time, so I think for those people, we'll try and come back to you sort of individually after today's webinar. I think as well, moving forward, if anybody would like some sort of one-to-one tuition, you'd like some sort of advice or help, and please feel free to contact myself or Matt. I'll give you sort of the contact number would be 01244 573 246. That's my direct dial. And Matt's is the same number, 01244 573 but 243 at the end. And they're direct dials for both myself and Matt. Alternatively, you can email us both. It's andy.hemming, it's H-E-M for mother, I-N-G, @textlocal.com. and Matt's is mat.hughes@texlocal.com. So if you do need individual support, please feel free to get in touch. As I say, we will come back to you with those remaining questions for those individuals. And thank you for joining today's webinar.
It's like Andy just said, obviously we've done quite a generic example today of the ticketing system. If you want a bit more of a brand or business specific example of how this could work or where it could fit in for you, feel free to give us a shout. So just to recap that number again, 01244 573 246 for Andy and 01244 573 247 for Matt. Feel free to give us a shout and we can talk you through the options for vouchers and ticketing. Thank you for joining us today.